Today I'm guiding you through a wrist, elbow, shoulder mobility flow workout inspired by Tai Chi. Tai Chi practice encourages slow, purposeful, mindful movement, so take your time with these exercises. We'll be using one short stick, and I'll leave a link in the description below for where you can get your stick mobility sticks along with a discount code. Now let's get to it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to come back to this stick mobility playlist for more. Working on upper body mobility today with this Tai Chi flow. We're kind of going to work our way into it because it's also a little bit of brain work. So I have my short stick. You could use a longer stick if that's what you have available. It's just this is what works in my limited space. So the very first exercise, we're going to bring that stick behind our backs so that it's resting kind of right in the crooks of our elbows, and our arms are out as far as is comfortable, right? So you're pushing your palms against that stick forward, and I just want you to think about pushing. You can also come this way if that is too much for you, right? You're going to have that elbow on top, and all you're doing is thinking about pushing that stick against your back, so that as you do this, you light up the whole front side of your body, and you'll see I'm still tucking my pelvis under, spreading the earth with my feet, and I'm pushing that stick. So I have nice tall posture, and then relax. You might get a little bend against your back. That's totally fine. That's just how much work you're doing. Let's do one more, just like that. Big inhale, tuck the pelvis, spread the earth with your feet, and exhale as you push against your body, nice and gentle, and ease off. So you should feel your whole front side of the body working just from doing that. So it's getting ready. We're warming ourselves up. Now we're going to do a little bit of wrist, elbow, shoulder specific warm up. So I'm going to take this stick kind of right in the center where that stick mobility sticker is, and I'm going to do little circles. So the goal here is to stay nice and controlled. We're going for about 5 in each direction. You might notice, let's go the other way, that one side is going to be more challenging than the other, whether that's the hand that's more challenging or the shoulder, but you'll definitely start to feel it. So I also want to say early on, my arm is extended to about shoulder height. If this is too difficult, you can always bring that elbow nice and tight to your body so you have this 90-degree angle, shoulder still packed down. It might mean you have to make a smaller circle, but that's totally acceptable. You're still working the elbow. And the wrist especially, that's what's working the most. When you have that arm extended, everything is working just to hold the stick up. So let's go over to the other side, extending that arm out. For 5 reps, we circle around, trying to have control. We're already thinking about that Tai Chi mindful movement practice. And now let's go the other way. Breathing as we move. So you might not really notice how much this is warming up your wrists. We're going to add on here. So going back to my right side, I'm going to bring the stick low down so that most of the stick is toward the bottom. And now I have to hold the weight of that stick, which may not be very heavy, but it's still a lot of work for just this wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Same exact thing, we're doing circles, but I want you to try and control the circle so it's not flinging all over the place. It's nice and smooth, and the other direction, you'll notice stopping and having to turn in the other direction is actually pretty difficult. And we're really strengthening this underside of the arm. So let's go over to the other arm, tucking that pelvis under. If you notice you're kind of leaning forward or you're leaning back to hold this position, all you need to do is move a little more to the center of the stick. It's more important that you maintain good posture than you really go all the way down to the bottom of the stick, right? Just go wherever feels like a little bit more of a challenge than it was in the middle of the stick. Breathing here. And let's go in the other direction. Ooh, the stop is the hardest part. And rest. So you can practice just doing these circles to really strengthen your wrists, your shoulders, your elbows. So if you have something like carpal tunnel or another wrist mobility limitation or issue, right? You can definitely do these to help strengthen and reduce any kind of pain you have from that injury or disorder. And so, obviously, we're going to do the other way. Where that stick is way up high, I'm only going to go this high because that's good enough. And I have a low ceiling. So same exact thing, we're just doing circles. Most of the time you'll notice this direction is probably the hardest, but it really depends on your current state, you know, like some people have different issues and they can't really use their thumbs anymore. Rheumatoid arthritis is difficult, so this is a great way to practice warming up all of your hand and your wrist. And let's go to the other hand. Make sure we're still breathing here. Nice circles. It's not about how big the circle is. It's really about having control. I like to put my hand on my chest just to keep it out of the way so it knows what it's doing, that free hand. And here we go. 3 more. This side's a little more wobbly, I know. Left side is my weaker side, and rest. So you really start to feel the work because all of that weight is now working on that top side of the arm. So definitely feeling warmed up. Now we're going to start in on this Tai Chi flow. And there's a few different parts, so let's start slow, okay? I'm going to bring that stick just to about where it meets my elbow. Again, this is more to do with my space than it has to be this way. I want you to think about pointing that stick out in front of you. Your thumb is up. And now we're going to do a block. So that stick comes down and around. You can bend your elbow to get to here. And now we're going to go up and over the shoulder. So trying to have control. And then we come to here for this kind of martial arts block you may recognize. Let's do 2 more. Nice. And again, up and over. And now we go down and around. Just kind of getting the hang of this version of things. And come back down. We're going to switch hands. So this time I'm going to show you from front-facing view. So I'm here. I'm probably going to have to step up forward. And we go down and around. And you'll notice one side is going to be a little bit more clumsy than the other. That's okay. As you get comfortable with this and you do this more frequently, the easier it will get. But we're moving nice and slow. Making sure we're breathing here. We got 1 more rep, just like that. Up and up and over. And we're going to come back. I'm going to come back to this first hand, my right hand, and now we're going to add on with a little switch from side to side, just to complicate things and make your brain work more. So we point that stick forward, kind of again at shoulder height. I'm going to come down and around so that it comes next to my body. Thumb points down. I can let it slide along my body to get here. So my arm is on the outside of the stick. Pressing forward, going up and over, and then I'm going to hand it off to the other hand. Same exact movement. We come forward, point straight out, come down and around for this block where my arm is on the outside of the stick. We go up and over. Hand it off. Down and around. over. Let's hand off. Down and around. And I'm literally just giving it to my other hand. Right? There's nothing exciting or special about this. I just got to get that other hand over. You can come up above or below. Doesn't really matter. And then we go again. Point out straight. Come down and around. Up and over. And then I'm going to switch my hand. Last time doing this one. And then we come up and over. And rest. So, first part, we're just going in this sagittal plane of motion. Now, we're going to go outside of the body. So same basic movement. We're doing exactly the same thing. Again, I'm going to have it just about at my elbow. Okay? And I'm going to point the stick out to the side, and then I'm going to bring it down and around. So I'm in that same position, and then up and over. Here. I can even take a step this way to give myself more space. Point. Come down and around, up and over. One more here, just to get the hang of this. Up and over. And now I'm going to come over to the other side. So you see, same thing, I'm switching, so I'm not coming back forward. Here we go. And down and around. Trying to move slowly and with control. 2 more reps just like that before we add on. Last one like this. Definitely can tell that my left side is the weaker side. It has a little more trouble and it gets clumsy. So again, I'm going to switch. And now we're going to do 3 reps where we switch from side to side. Out forward, out to the side, down and around. Coming out, up and over. Here's where I switch. Because of my space, I'm also going to take a step to the side. Out long, down and around. Extend, up and over. I'm going to switch hands and take that step. Down and around. And we go up and over. So you can tell that this is work. This is definitely challenging, not just the coordination, but you're really working, especially that wrist mobility. You'll feel this in your shoulders, in your elbows, which are requiring that turn in each direction. Last one of these. Up and over. Okay, taking a breath, taking a moment. We're going to put all of that together. So we're going to go forward and then out to the side and then forward and then out to the side with a little switch. So I'm going to start with my right hand and go forward, out to the side, switch when it's back behind my back, and then come onto the left side. So here we go. Arm is extended out long in front of me. I'm going to come down and around and up and over. You can also think about moving with your breath, down and around, getting a little more fluid, up and over. And right here, I switch my grip. Other hand is holding it. We go forward, down and around. Up and over. Now this is just one variation. There are lots of different ways that we can organize this same flow. And up and over. I'm going to switch my grip again. Forward, down and around. Up and over. Now I go out to the side. down and around, up and over. Switching hands, so I'm just giving myself enough space. Oh, I went to the side. See, you get confused all the time. Going forward, down and around, up and over. And that's okay. You might find you want to play with this flow and go in multiple different directions and create your own. That's the fun part about doing this kind of work. You can literally build your own flow as you learn these individual steps. We're going to go up and over, and then out to the side, down and around, up and over. Switch that hand, starting by going forward, and down and around, up and over. I'm going to take that step to the side so I have enough room, down and around, up and over, and come out of that. Feel free to shake your hands out. I know that that is a nice, calm, gentle flow that you can also kind of find is movement meditation, which is the whole idea of Tai Chi. So just to let all of that go, we're going to take this stick, pull that stick apart, reach up overhead as far as is comfortable, and then press over to the right. Pulling that stick down to the right side, come back up, lower down, shorten that stick as soon as it comes into your peripheral vision. And this time we're going to the left. Pull that stick apart, reach up overhead, and then pull down to the left. Just kind of stretching, opening everything up, and come back down. Such wonderful work. I hope you enjoyed this workout, and I hope it really got your brain kind of ticking and thinking about how you can move in new and exciting ways that are also helping not just your brain power, but they're improving your mobility and your daily function. I look forward to seeing you next time.